Hi there, this is Raju from digthatbass.com, and let us welcome the very first slap bass lesson on this channel, which will be Let's Work by Prince, who is an amazing artist, singer, songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist. He has won several Grammys, he's been introduced to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I guess I don't have to introduce him at all. And Let's Work is a very famous bass line. It's from the album Controversy from 1981, and I encourage you to buy this song. As always, as with every lesson, I have included links for that song to buy on iTunes and Amazon. Please do so. And I'm saying this because I heard that Prince sometimes likes to take things off the internet, and I don't want this to happen to this video. So Prince, if you want to take this down, please notify me before filing the $1 million case against me. Thank you. And let's hear a quick demonstration. I play the basic groove for 2 bars, then I throw in 2 variations, then right afterwards we go to the chorus groove, and I also show some variations. Mind you, I'm not playing all the variations, and these are scattered throughout the song, so if you learn these, you still have some fun digging in and finding some other variations as well. Cut. Well, I love tasty and funky slap bass lines that have soul and space in them, and Let's Work is a fine example for that. There are many amazing things to notice about this bass line, space being the most important. If you listen to the song, it's basically a drum and a bass groove, and they're really tightly together, yet they leave space for each other, and they complement each other very well. If you listen very closely, and I might be wrong, and I love to hear the bassmaster track of the song, but if you really listen closely, you can notice that sometimes where you would expect a dead slap bass note, there are only drums. Sometimes there is only a bass drum. And you can listen how they complement each other, and I find it really amazing in that song. Also, short and long notes are played very well with as well. The line begins with a slightly longer note, then you can hear some shorter notes, and then there is that bent vibrato note. And if you watch the slow version, you can see that that A flat is played with the thumb, then it's bent, and right the next note, the A, is only a hammer on, so there is no slap again. And these little playfulness is also something that brings alive to the line. Also, if you look at the finger shapes, patterns and note choices Prince is using, they're also quite unique. I guess back in the day, octave slapping and open E string slapping was pretty predominant, yet Prince is using 6th and 5ths in the line. That also brings a different taste to it. And this also requires a different kind of muting technique. For some it might be more difficult because there are no open strings and you have to use your fingers more efficiently. And if you look at the slow version, I tend to begin the basic groove with my pinky. That's so because that way I can bend with my strongest finger, with the middle finger, and then At the end of the line there is that D note, and that D note is fretted with my index finger, and then I have to quickly come back to that B note, and that way coming back with the pinky is easier. But there is a variation where I use my middle finger as a starting point for the line. So use my fingering as a reference point, and as we have different sizes of hands, you might have to modify your hand position. For me that was most comfortable, but of course you have to work on that at home as well. And lastly, I just want to say a few words about how to practice this line, because Let's Work is actually quite difficult due to the unique time field Prince has. I've talked earlier about long and short notes, and the right feel is pretty hard to get and pretty hard to emulate. This is usually the situation with great bass lines. However, I want to show you a method that my teacher showed me years ago, and that had helped me a lot to develop a stronger sense of time. This method utilizes a metronome, and I know that some people hate it, some people claim that it doesn't help at all, but for me it definitely helped, so you might want to give it a try. For that, set your metronome to straight quarter notes, and beat 1 should not be accented, so you just have straight quarter notes. Then begin to think of the clicks as 2s and 4s, like the snare, the backbeat. That way you have to begin your line on a rest, on 0 space. That might seem tricky for the first time, but with time you get more comfortable, and if you practice the line like that, you get a more solid time feeling, and you will get a better feel of the pulling forward and pulling backward motion of lines. So give it a try, I hope it helps you as well, and enjoy practicing like that, because it's tricky. Thank you very much for watching this long. Please hit like, subscribe, share, and don't forget that you have a free PDF and a free guitar profile available at digthatbass.com. Have a very Merry Christmas, and if you're watching it at any other time of the year, have a nice day, and goodbye. Cheers.